if we want to use.
I don't even have notes. I just have bullet points of. I literally have headlines. Headlines of what I want to talk about because there is some weird stuff going on in this country, weird stuff going on in the world.
And if you drink Coca-Cola, you become a little bit more pigmented.
They're trying to take the sugar out of Coca-Cola.
That's a good one. That's a good one. They're taking the sugar out of Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Man.
Should we talk about that real quick, or do you have something else?
We could touch on it for sure. Go ahead, Amelia.
So Coca-Cola. Actually, I gave you the. Do you want the article for it? Or no, I have a YouTube video. We can't play that on there.
We could do the YouTube video.
Yeah. You want me to send it to you? I'll send it over real quick.
Yeah, shoot it to me and I'll open it up on the computer.
Bet. You didn't tell me that we were starting the podcast, so I didn't text my girlfriend that we were jumping in on it. So whenever I get broken up with, just remember this was your doing.
Yep. No, you're good.
Silent mode and my.
Look at this big old watch on the screen.
You talking about mine?
Yeah, I feel like the watch is actually pretty small.
It has like a magnifying.
But it's magnified, so it's like.
That's the way you got
ultra big.
Man. People are like, "That's such a big face." I'm like, "Not really."
By the way, me and Emilio. Oh, Alyssa sent me that COVID vaccine video too. I could show that. Well, I don't know if we want to show it because it's like an hour long, but I'll definitely send you the link to it because it's well worth seeing.
My dad sent me one that was like an hour long as we were watching it.
All right, we started doing this the last time, but this is officially us doing it
again.
Yeah, we could. Everything's recording perfectly, so that's what's really good. Oh God.
Coke's diversity scandal. Dun dun, be less white.
I want to make sure my messages don't pop up over here, so I'm bringing this down before I show the screen.
Roger.
Steve. You want to do that? Do the intro to the song?
Shout out to Steve. I don't even remember exactly how the intro goes. I know it's like,
Steve,
I got some lemons here.
How the heck are you?
How the heck are you? So that actually came from my song Lemons, right? It's the intro. And ironically, that came from one of my friends, Charlie Powers. Me and my friend Cam were staying at his house, and he had a roommate named Steve, and we just kept trolling Steve for the whole time we were there for no reason.
And you guys know Cam. If you guys follow us, you basically follow Rapzilla.
KHAM, Culture Villains, Cam. Yep. He's super dope.
The Culture Villain Cam. All right, you want to read this?
All right. Sure. Once you hit play, I'll go for it. Confronting. Do I read their?
Yeah. Because this is actually what they had in Coca-Cola.
So this is what it says here. It says, confronting racism. Understand what it means to be white. Challenging what it means to be racist.
Yeah. We'll go ahead and hit play. So this is basically, how would you describe it? Like a conference? A virtual conference that they had.
It was like
available for the Coca-Cola employees.
Yeah, it was like their they called it diversity training, I believe.
Where I work, won't say where I work, we have diversity training too, and I get the point of it, and I get why it's healthy. And one of the videos they show us at the job that I work at is they show a video of a lady that gets on a plane. She sits next to a black woman. This is actually a really cool video. And she goes, "Excuse me, miss." She goes, "I'm sitting next to a black lady." She goes, "Can I get a better seat somewhere else?" And the stewardess, or I think that's what they're called, right? She walks away, and then she comes back. She goes, "Ma'am, I'm so sorry you had to sit next to this disgusting pig." She goes, "We have booked you up into first class, and you'll have a lot better seating up there." And then the lady goes to get up, and she goes, "Oh, no. Come on." And she tells the black lady, like, "Come on.
I've seen that one.
She's the disgusting one, not you," you know?
Yeah, that video's dope.
It's pretty good, though.
Yeah.
But anyway, this is not that. Not that at all. This is telling you what you shouldn't be, like, I'm not saying white people have a birthright or anything like that, but if you're born a certain race, you can't control, like, how you're born. You can't control your own destiny in that way. I was born, technically, Mexican-American.
Yeah.
But I don't identify with Mexico at all.
No, I'm an American.
Yeah.
I mean, I always say that too. Like, I have family in Mexico. I'm Mexican, but like I was born here, raised here. I don't have any ties to any other country.
I have no ties.
besides my country. But
Yeah.
yeah, this one really. I remember like I was kind of going in on this the first time we did it because it just blew me away, and you'll see why as we get into it. So just go ahead and start it. We'll start reading this off.
All right.
So understanding what it means to be white, challenging what it means to be racist. All right, press pause here. So it says to be less white. Well, first off, it says to be less white, right?
Yes.
Then it says
Which is also like falling into the assumption that every white person's racist.
yeah, it kind of like well, exactly. It's gonna describe what white is right here. So this is what what I took from it, that it's basically saying white is racist, like in general. And so it says to be less white is to be less oppressive, be less arrogant, be less certain, be less defensive, be less ignorant, be more humble, listen, believe, break with apathy, break with white solidarity. So what I'm reading right here is,
You know what, though?
white is oppressive, arrogant, certain, defensive, ignorant, humble. They don't listen. They don't believe. Like, I don't know. That's a lot. That seems kind of like the opposite of what they were trying to go for with the diversity training. It seems like an overcorrection, like big time.
You know what's funny is if you take out this last line and this first line where it has the word white and it puts a color perspective on it,
Mm-hmm.
it's not a bad thing. Be less oppressive. Be less arrogant. Be less certain. Be
Yeah.
less defensive. Be less ignorant. Be more humble. Listen, believe, break with apathy. Great. But the fact that they put be less white is to all this, and then at the end they put break with white solidarity.
Yeah.
That's like, for one, I don't know. I'm not.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah, it's a touchy topic. Nobody wants to talk about it, but this is
at the end of the day,
this is an issue from a big company.
This
that
is something
did this.
different though, like, because if this right here is like literally trying to describe like basically the to be white is to be racist, and all white people should feel like they need to be less of their race.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. It's just absurd. It has nothing to do with like stopping racism. If anything, it kind of just comes off as racist.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's how I feel about this. We've already went into this big time, but now that we're back here, I mean, that's
we
all
back.
I really have to say,
We
man.
back.
'Cause that comes off as racist.
All right, let's hit play. Shoot.
Slides from a diversity training allegedly used by Coca-Cola shows that employees were told to be less white. Lovely. And this is what it says on there.
This is like another slide, right?
Yeah, it says in the U.S. and other Western nations, white people are socialized to feel that they are inherently superior because they are white. Research shows that by age 3 to 4, children understand that it is better to be white. And the person who made this, do you want to talk about Robin DiAngelo?
Yeah.
She's the one who wrote the book. What was the name of that book?
Oh my God, it's blanking me right now.
White Fragility.
White Fragility.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah.
You're right. We should probably read it.
And then go in on that one. Okay, I'm down with it.
So stuff like that, it's so stupid to me, to the point where I don't ever want to really look into it.
Mm-hmm.
But at some point, I probably should look into it to see their perspective and see how dumb it can be,
Yeah.
because of how ignorant all that is.
Yeah. It's very ignorant.
I'd be down to read it.
Yeah. But yeah, so
it says research shows that by age 3 to 4, children understand that it is better to be white. I don't know how they get this information. Do they go up to 3-year-olds and 4-year-olds?
I feel like they just took.
How do you feel?
I feel like they just took that video of the little girls that are playing with dolls, and they picked the white doll over the black doll. Have you ever seen that video?
Mm.
So I feel like they just took their information from this. Otherwise, I don't know from that. That's the only thing I can think of to where you get some kind of research.
But is
from this.
the girl
They
picking the
basically-
doll?
Yeah,
is
they
she
basically
white?
it was a black. They have a little black girl, and they're like, "Which doll do you think is pretty?" And they show a black doll and a white doll, and the little girl goes, "The white doll," and they're like,
Wait,
"Why?"
What is? So it's a black girl that does that?
It's a little black girl. Yeah, they give.
Oh, that's a little sad.
Yeah, exactly. But that's the only thing I can think of to where you get research shows.
That's
that
more of
by age
a
3 to 4.
That's more of a
like how they.
of a confidence booster, like that's needed. what do you call that? So like low self-esteem.
Yeah, which I feel like is being corrected nowadays. Because I mean, like you see more African American women wearing their hair how they want, and people celebrating that and stuff like that
Yeah.
on a way bigger scale. This is an old video.
I don't think that's bad at all either, because I think that's good that you're pro yourself.
Yeah,
But I think it's bad to be conned. Like, I'm trying to think of how to say it. Like it's bad to put somebody down while you're also trying to boost yourself up.
yeah.
Like that's what I don't agree with.
The only reason I brought that up is because that's the only thing I could think of when they say research shows by age 3 to 4 children understand that it is better to be less or be white. I don't know. I have to look into that because I don't know where that came from.
Yeah, it's a little interesting.
Try to be less white. Can we get a button that says that just together?
Hey, Emilio, can you try and be less white, man?
Toxic.
Yes, sir.
Toxic. No.
Toxic.
We need a button.
God,
do we
dude,
need a button whenever you're showing your male privilege to go try to be less white? We just
No.
both say it at the same time.
We need a button. You ever seen oh God, what's
We
that
need
movie
a-
called? That's My Boy.
That's my boy.
Where it's like Andy Samberg and Adam Sandler, and he's like his dad.
Yeah, I've seen that movie. Yeah.
So, yeah,
I watched that
there's the African like preacher at the end, and when they hear like that the brother and sister were having incest or whatever,
Oh.
the black preacher, he goes, "White people." It's so awesome. But if you I've seen
man.
memes of it, and it's typed out WYPIPO, white people.
White people. That's great.
Yeah. So let's do this. I think we need that button. Just a white people.
White people. Confronting racism has since been pulled from LinkedIn education.
Wow. This was on LinkedIn.
I mean, Coca-Cola gave it out. What company was it again they gave it to?
What do you
Or
mean?
Oh, never mind. It was Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola was the company that was doing it to
Yeah,
themselves.
yeah.
Gotcha.
It was written by Robin DiAngelo.
Robin.
Could be Robert.
Robert.
Robin
Could be
DiAngelo,
Robert.
author of White Fragility. Coca-Cola denies that the training was mandatory. So this is actually pretty important.
Yeah,
So
that is actually important.
I feel like companies a lot nowadays like when you go to the grocery store and they have like the donation thing,
Yeah,
the company encourage you to donate to that cause.
yeah.
But if you fully don't believe in the cause, I feel like companies start putting their employees down a little bit. Like, oh, wow, you don't believe in what we do,
Yeah.
you know? And I think that's kind of like similar to that, where it's like the thing where it's like, it's not mandatory, but I can't believe you didn't do it. You know,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
can't believe you didn't watch that video. Or
I mean, like,
see what it
if
was
you
about.
don't know, like, what this was about, like, if you didn't know it was Coca-Cola Be Less White, they'd be like, wow, you don't want to do diversity training? Are you racist? Because apparently if you're white, you're racist, period.
Seriously,
I
that's
mean, like,
wild.
just, like, to say be less white is, like, such a huge statement, and then to define it with all of those things is such a huge statement, like, saying that basically Coca-Cola believes that...
I would never tell like a Mexican person to be less brown.
Yeah, be less
Imagine
brown.
that.
And be like, dude, seriously, like, oh my gosh, imagine just like going up and being like, to be a Mexican is to be this.
Oh, I get it a lot.
Playing your
because
music loud in the middle of the night because you're having a fiesta.
You don't really speak Spanish like me.
I don't. I speak a
I
little
don't.
Spanish, but
I mean,
like,
I do too. Like to a certain
Yeah.
extent. I mean, from high school, I learned. You know what I mean?
it actually was one of my first languages, and then I lost it when I was like 5 because we lived on like Calexico. There was like a lot of Spanish speakers over there, and then we moved over here to Modesto, and I just lost it.
So for me, like I just never. I mean, you kind of learn from like your abuelita and all
Yeah.
them. You know what I
And
mean?
my dad talks to me in Spanish today, like he did that my whole life, and I'm like, dude, you were there. You didn't teach me Spanish, so why are you
Yeah.
talking to me in Spanish now, making
you,
me feel
you
bad about
weren't
it?
there, Dad.
Dad, be less brown, Dad. Be less brown.
No, but I get it a lot. I get like you're Mexican, you don't speak Spanish,
Yeah.
and then I don't know. I'm like, we're in America, you don't speak
I know-
English.
no,
Like,
that- I have
I know
a-
that's really
yo,
jacked up to say,
I mean,
but I
literally-
feel that way a
I
little
told this
bit.
to my brother yesterday because we have an aunt who just speaks purely Spanish. Like,
Right.
she's lived here for like, I don't know, I'm going to say 30 years. And
Right.
she does not speak a lick of English. And I was telling my brother, I'm like, is she playing with us? Because, like, how do you not know any English and you lived in the country for...
How do you go shopping?
That's what I'm saying. And she had jobs. She worked a lot, like 2 jobs back in the day. I'm like, dang. But, I mean, there are places that just speak Spanish. If you're, like, if your household speaks Spanish, you have Spanish TV and where you work is Spanish. I mean, but I don't know.
Yeah, it's a tough road to live. I couldn't live that way. Like, if I lived in Jamaica, I would definitely learn Jamaican.
Yeah, I would try to learn the language because I just feel like...
I mean, when I went to Italy for like a week and a half, like we went almost for 2 weeks, I learned a good amount of Italian.
Yeah, and that's fun too. Like when I was over in Mexico, like when I go stay with my grandma and stuff, they would leave me with the kids to like babysit and stuff, and like they would force me to have to learn English because if I wanted to yell at the kids, Spanish, I'd have to learn Spanish to yell at the kids, and just go to the store and stuff, and like I don't know, I was picking it up pretty good back in 2013.
I mean, you just told them no, right? Because that's also Spanish.
No. They're like, you said that in English, we don't understand you. Like, man.
Yeah. Let's go back to this.
Anyways, be less brown.
That was from the New York Post. There was nothing else to that video.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, dude.
I don't want to see Cuomo's face.
Like even the just joking around right now about being like, oh, be less brown.
Yeah.
But they legitly said be less white and we're serious. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. It's just because I don't know right now people really
I mean, if you go back 10 years ago and you pitch that to the company, like, hey, we should have a great diversity training saying to be less white to the whole company.
They'd be like, what is this, a Dave Chappelle skit?
That's actually pretty accurate.
That would be a Dave Chappelle skit.
Yeah. Hello, YouTube. Thank you for watching that video. If this is your first time with us, go ahead and hit that subscribe button right now. Should be somewhere right here. Hit that notification bell and stay up to date on all our content as we continue to put more stuff out. We would love for you to join our community in Soul Purpose Music. See you later. There's still time. There should be a video somewhere. Hit that notification bell. We out.